turning out to be a good evening right now in our Bradfield Healthcare Center's cameras out in Columbiana. 81 degrees, which is checking in above average. We should be at about 70 degrees for this time of year. But again, it's a dry day, the third straight dry day of the streak currently. And you could tell from the last week that we had for rainfall, this is almost sort of seeming like a Band-Aid kind of fix or a short-term fix, because obviously we had so many days without precipitation in the mid stages of the month. But look, we're dry now, and I think this dry stretch is going to continue over the next, or at least rest of the month and going into the month of October. My 7-day forecast looking completely dry, and you can tell on the radar also nothing to see. There is a cold front that's currently crossing our area, but it's moisture starved, and it's not really the boundary between those two air masses aren't that big at all. But high pressure on each side of it, which means our conditions are going to be great, but also warm as well. Here's a look at our temperatures: 79 in Boardman and Cortland, 78 up north in Warren, and 82 degrees in Austintown, again above that average. And temperatures will be falling later tonight under a very clear sky, dropping down into the 50s. We could have some patchy fog visible in the spots where they typically do happen in the valleys, but that will burn off once we get into Monday. And we will see some high clouds from some tropical potential in the Atlantic coast. I'll talk about that in just a little bit. 53 degrees, as we could have those clear skies and just a little bit of fog late in the areas where they do typically see them. So this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. These two tropical systems. To my right is Umberto, a Category 4, was a Category 5 earlier on yesterday, and this recently formed Imelda. It's a little more disorganized. It's a newer tropical storm, and you could see that band of clouds that just propagating up into the Atlantic coast, and I could expect as it gets closer to bring more of those clouds towards our area. So you could see, even though there is high pressure, there will be clouds just maintaining themselves in our area once we get into Monday and Tuesday. Once we get to Tuesday evening, high pressure will start to sink down from Canada, so it's going to feel refreshing out there. And still maybe not towards average, but temperatures rather than the 80s, maybe into the 70s. And once that high pressure just holds firm, it will dominate, and we will see some more dry weather for the next couple of days, at least through the weekend. As a result, it's going to be warm as well. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook as well. This is from Saturday until next week, where we could be favored to have very, very warm conditions, just making our drought much more of an issue now. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast. A couple more warm days ahead with temperatures right around 80. A lot of sunshine as well. We could see that break into the 70s by midweek once the high pressure moves through. But Corey, lots of sunshine. If you do want to go outside, these are great days. But I do want to bring up that discussion again where, you know, that drought could be likely. It's going to be very dry out there.
And it seems like Mother Nature's paying us back for a really wet spring.
Yeah, really wet spring, and then it all just came up once that rain last week, so I think she's paying it back for being very dry next week.
We'll see how long this lasts. Thanks, Gavin. Coming up on 21 Sports,